Hey, welcome back, guys. So here's the next part of the story. After finding out his wife was cheating, he's moved out, staying quiet and playing the long game. In this update, he will meet his mother-in-law, so stick around, and now, without any further ado, let's get into the update. I discovered my wife of 7 years is cheating on me. She doesn't know that I know. Update 6. Night out with boys. So my friends took me out on a night on the town. The dudes who took me out on the town were, let's call them Jim, Matt, and Bob. Bob is our single friend. Well, I guess I am too now. They all know Anna, and we used to go on couples date with them. We went out to dinner at a pretty nice steakhouse, which was a nice change from protein shakes, but it was still kind of hard to eat. After dinner, I recounted to them most of the saga that's in my posts, minus some details. I don't want exactly what I know to get back to Anna, even though these guys are trustworthy. They were very supportive. They couldn't believe Anna did that to me. They were pretty upset with Anna. Matt told me that he heard Anna is really struggling. I stopped him right there and told him I didn't want to talk about or hear about Anna beyond what we had already talked about. Afterwards, we went to this country dive bar Bob heard about. They were drinking beer and bourbon shots while I was staying sober. I don't need the alcohol fairy advising me to call Anna and cry and weep and then eat a bullet. Nope. I talked to my dad a couple of days beforehand, and he told me to stay away from alcohol. I was way ahead of him on that one. That real men drink bitters and soda. When they are not drinking booze at a bar and not diet soda or mocktails, those are for wimps. I asked the bartender for a bitters and soda, confident that I'd be looked at like a manly man, and she teased me and said, "Okay, Grandpa," and poured me some club soda and shook some droplets from what looked like a brown Tabasco bottle. Thanks, Dad. I liked the taste, though. The guys got more and more shit-faced and more enraged about what Anna did to me. After that, we had some lively conversations about politics and their relationships, but not mine. Just to head off the questions, I don't know if there were any pretty girls there. I wasn't really looking. I felt like a burn victim, like everyone was staring at me and doing that thing where you inhale sharply between clenched teeth. After the bar kicked us out at the end of the night, I herded them into Jim's minivan. Jim didn't need that smell in his minivan, or Jim's wife would harpoon me. Matt was moaning and holding his stomach. I stole a trash bag from the little closet in the bar's restroom, just in case he needed to throw up. I drove them all home. I walked Bob to his bed, thought the better of it, and decided to just cut out the middleman, and deposited him in front of his toilet, head hanging over the side. I gave Matt over to his pregnant wife. She tried to talk with me about Anna, but I politely shut it down quickly. I don't know why her friends are so invested in us getting back together. I can only assume they don't know the whole story. I don't want to reveal details to anyone until I absolutely have to. I drove Jim's minivan home to his house. Jim's wife gave me a big hug and asked me how I'm holding up. I said, as good as can be expected. She said that I should concentrate on whatever new beginning I choose next. I guess I just won soon-to-be ex-bingo, because I think that's the top 3 things I've been hearing and saying lately. I'm going back to work on Monday. By that I mean, I'll be bringing my laptops either to the public library or a coffee shop to do my work. I don't have any in-person meetings scheduled for my office next week. I think I'm just going to lay low and establish a new normal. Next week I'll be moving over to my dad's friend's Airbnb remodel and helping out there in my spare time. That will be my home for the foreseeable future. Right now, we are waiting on the credit card records, and to my knowledge, Anna hasn't gotten a lawyer yet. Come on, default judgment. My lawyer told me Liam's wife contacted her. She didn't get any more specific than that. Nothing from Nora or her husband. They are Anna's friends, not mine. I did her hubby a favor. What happens next is up to him. To answer the multiple questions here, the only overnights Anna had during the time period of her affair were when she visited her parents. 3 times. I verified it with them each time, not because I was paranoid, but I just liked talking to my mother-in-law, and it was an excuse to chat with her. The 3rd time Anna went, she came down with the flu, and mother-in-law took care of her for a couple of days. I called every day. I'm pretty convinced that she didn't do overnights with Liam. The closest she came was during New Year's Eve. I suppose mother-in-law could have aided and abetted her infidelity, but she's very religious, and I don't believe she would do that. Not gonna lie, it would hurt a lot if she did. As far as news of Anna, I have no idea since I'm no contact. Matt said his wife said that Anna is struggling, and that's it. I hope she gets help if it gets too bad. I checked the cameras and Anna seems to have moved out of the house. I believe she's with her parents currently, which is a hell of a commute for her, so she's probably taking time off work too. I'll update if anything significant happens, believe me. Otherwise, I probably won't be as active here as I was last week. Update 7. Meeting Liam's wife and mother-in-law. A lot has happened, and I will just go through it all in order. I don't have the credit card records yet, but my lawyer says that she successfully got a gag order or something like that so that Anna and Liam won't be notified of the subpoena until we get the records in our eager little hands. Expect a huge shitstorm from Anna when she gets that news. Trying to turn the narrative in any angle she can so that she doesn't come off as some kind of crazy hooker. I met Liam's wife. I will call her Lisa. She was devastated by all of this, but not surprised. She told me Liam cheated on her when she was pregnant with their third child. We got to talking about the sequence of events, especially towards the end, where Liam got more and more invested in my wife. We talked about New Year's Eve, and Lisa said that she had taken their 3 kids to Orlando for the holidays, and Liam had come, but then left early, and wasn't there for New Year's Eve. Lisa said that Liam had FaceTimed her during the countdown, and she's 100% certain that he was at their house. She was so pissed to the point of tears. She had someone check the Ring camera footage, and sure enough, there was Liam and Anna both arriving in Liam's car and him pulling her into their house. She didn't look very excited to be there, but she wasn't struggling either. Anna had driven her car on New Year's Eve, so I don't know what happened. I told Lisa at least Anna didn't get pregnant from the guy, and Lisa assured me that it wasn't possible, or at least not probable. After she caught him cheating after their third kid, she demanded he get a vasectomy as part of the conditions of staying together, and she drove him to the appointment herself because she didn't trust him. Cowboys shooting rubber bullets now. Lisa has put my lawyer on retainer, so we're going to be divorce buddies, I guess. We are forming a little club where we have sleepovers, eat s'mores, and braid each other's hair and spill the tea on Timothy Chalamet. It's going to be great. Lisa shared a bunch of stuff with me, which is basically more communications between Liam and Anna, where Liam begs her to see him and compliments her and tells her he bought a new outfit for her and wants to see her in it. The timeline of messages had her being friendly at first, but getting more and more cold over time. Poor Liam. I asked Lisa if she was aware of Liam's lingerie fetish, and she said she could probably open a resale store with just her stuff alone. Just to head off any comments, Lisa and I are kind of supporting each other through this, as we alone know what the other is going through. She asks me all kinds of questions about Anna. I tell her I don't want to know a thing about Liam. Intimacy is pretty much the furthest thing from my mind, and honestly, I don't think I could get it up for anyone who's been with Liam. I low-key hate the guy. Also, my lawyer told me to be really careful about being around Lisa, because we're both going for an at-fault divorce, and us being physically close in any proximity could look like we're having an affair, which would count against both of us in our divorces. Always do what your lawyer tells you to do. I moved out of the residence hotel and into the Airbnb remodel. My role there will just be painting some sheetrock work, laying down vinyl plank flooring, and just letting the service people in and out of the place at all hours of the day. I unblocked my mother-in-law, and we chatted a bit over text. It's just surface-level stuff. She asked to meet me and promised that Anna would not be there. I wanted to see her, so I agreed to meet her in a remote spot. Told her that if Anna was there, I'd immediately leave and cut her off forever. She agreed, and we met. I drove out to a public park a good distance from where the Airbnb is. She came, Anna was not there. She teared up when she saw me and said I looked so thin. She took me to her car and unloaded a ton of groceries on me. She bought me eggs, chicken, some steaks, homemade soup, homemade cookies, my favorite spinach casserole that she made, and a ton of fruits and vegetables. She told me to start eating well, or she was going to move in with me and nag me until I did. I almost took her up on that. Being alone sucks. We chatted some, and towards the end, she started doing that thing where you want to talk, but you know you can't. Lots of starts and stops, as she was trying to find a loophole in my conditions. I felt sorry for her, so I told her we could talk about one thing. I know, should not have caved, but that's the reason I ghosted Anna. I cave around people who are emotional like that. I just want them to feel okay, and to be the person responsible for them feeling okay. The loophole she invoked was that she didn't want to talk about Anna. She wanted to talk about reconciliation. I told her what I wrote in these posts and comments. My marriage to Anna is over. Even if we were to get back together, which we won't, it will be over because we're different people now. I told mother-in-law that Anna wants to reconcile with the person I was before I found out the truth about her. I treated her great. I was a good husband. I was loyal and loving. That person doesn't exist anymore. The person I am now would treat her daughter badly. I would probably lash out verbally abusing her all the time. I would be miserable thinking about what she's doing every time she walks out our front door. And I would make her daughter miserable too. Anna would no longer love me because I'd be this sad, miserable shadow of who I was. I would not be the guy she fell in love with. I'm different now. Anna might say why that she loves me, but anyone can say anything. All I have to go by are her actions, and her actions tell me that she's only sorry she got caught. She is not taking accountability for her willingly destroying our marriage. There's no possible magical phrase she can say that will make me okay with what she did. I can't forget about it. I told mother-in-law I have evidence that she's not privy to that will back up my claims. That Anna knew what she was doing, and she's not a victim in this. Mother-in-law was very interested in seeing it, and I told her she will when my lawyer says it's okay. I mentioned what I have said before about Anna being with Liam and then coming home and kissing me without brushing her disgusting mouth first. I think that hit home. Mother-in-law looked mortified. Mother-in-law talked about therapy for us both individually and together and said that she would pay for it. She said that she would have been reading online about reconciliation and that it's possible. I told her I would read about it too, and the stories that stand out to me are the ones where the person who cheated was remorseful and did the work. But after a number of years pass, they cheat again and is not remorseful and leaves the cheated-on person who took them back for the affair partner. Only now there are kids involved. The most successful reconciliations I have heard of are with two people who don't fully trust each other and never will. I would either be this sucker or a loving husband who has cruel emotional outbursts and PTSD moments. I asked her if she would want to live like this. She agreed she would not. I told her that Anna is not telling her the whole story and that I have evidence that this was a willing, ongoing affair and not SA or coercion or grooming. I told her to get Anna into therapy so that she can maybe try to fix whatever inside her caused her to do this terrible thing. That if she were able to fix that about herself and be loyal, that she would make a great partner. She is only 28. She is very beautiful. She has no kids and a successful business. I told her there were probably hordes of guys wanting to marry and have kids with Anna, and that mother-in-law could still count on having grandkids, but just not for me. She said she wished I would think about it, and I told her I have already gone over every possible future Anna and I have in my spare time, and I just cannot do it. Anna betrayed me. I told Anna's mom that she needed to either get a lawyer for Anna or to get Anna to sign whatever offer my lawyer puts in front of her. I was kind of hoping for a default judgment, but I think I will have no such luck. Anna's family will probably get her a lawyer, and then shit Hurricane Anna will blow through my life for a bit until we are finally done with this. Divorce is a flaming hellscape we all crawl through alone. I have no kids with her, thank God, so I'll be able to make a clean break of it when this is all done. I will never be able to freaking forget this shit, though. It's always going to be a part of me, and that sucks. It freaking sucks that a person can mark another person so heavily that they are always scarred by it. Maybe it's a healthy thing that I'm more distrustful, standoffish, and skeptical about people now, but I can't help but think that my being changed like this would have really upset my mom. It's probably a good thing she didn't live to see this version of me. So, that's it for now. That's where things stand now. Thanks so much for sticking to the end of the video. Hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon for later updates.